Hello there, what is going on, everybody? Today we are looking at a brand new starship design. This is a very cool, brand new to me at least. This is a Super Star Destroyer variant, the Vengeance. This is a Ravensfell design, and big thanks to Brandon over at PrintedStarships.com for sending this over. We are going to look at this today. Now, this is a little different from some of the other starship reviews that I have done, because as you can see, this is in pieces. And so one of the things that I wanted to focus on is how to perhaps put these together. If you were interested in ordering one of these, and maybe if it came in pieces, I wanted to showcase kind of how it would arrive if you were to order it from PrintedStarships.com. And if you are interested in doing that, I'm going to have a link in the video description below, as well as a discount code where you can save a little bit as well, which of course you'll want to do because, hey, we've got holiday shopping and all kinds of cool stuff to do. So we want to save as much as we can and also get really cool stuff. So with all that being said, I am going to, we're going to look at each piece individually first, and this way I can get a little bit closer and show you some more of the detail. Then we'll put the whole thing together and then kind of do like a before and after, which this being the before, and then the after coming, well, after, as afters tend to come. Also, we are still doing 12 Days of Life Day. We're going to have a giveaway winner at the end of this video. If you want to have a chance to enter to win any of the 12 Days of Life Day, including this one, well, it's a little bit too late to enter to win this one, but you can enter to win the next one and all the ones that come after that. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my other videos. It's as simple as that. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of these pieces. All right, so we'll start off with the tip, which is the piece that I've already, just the tip. We're going to show you the whole thing, and we're going to, I'm going to get in so much trouble for that. I just want to show you guys some of the detail close up that is harder to do when the whole thing is put together. Starting with like these interior side panelings, you can see all of the opportunities for little deck platings and opportunities for lighting to go in there. There's actually, and now if you're not familiar with the Vengeance, this is the Ajerix Super Star Destroyer. If you're familiar with like, a little guy named Kyle Katarn and the Jedi Knight games, I believe that's the, this is where that storyline where all of this came from. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's where I believe this Star Destroyer is from. We have also some really cool connector pieces on the inside of this right here, and I'm going to show you how they connect to the next piece, which is a very cool way. But tons of detailing in here, lots of interior pieces, as well as if we want to look on the bottom side, we have a lot of lining for our deck plating in here. So you're getting a lot of opportunities for pin washing or interior, if you're trying to do specific, deck plates in different shades of color, having the lines kind of helps, in my opinion. I have seen some really cool Super Star Destroyer, custom paint jobs, and I do love painting these up. It's a great opportunity to get the airbrush out. This next piece right here, we're going to continue that same design pattern, but we do have kind of this raised surface right here. And this is a beautiful design, huge shout out to Ravensfell for making some really great stuff. They've made some other ones that I've looked at recently. You might remember the Eclipse that I looked at. There's a bunch of other SSDs and other different ships for all compatible with Star Wars Armada, as you're seeing here with the Star Wars Armada stand indentation right there, where you can just put your bases in. And again, this is going to be a Super Star Destroyer, so it's going to have the two connectors spaced apart, so you can run that as an SSD stand-in. Or if you're going to do some homebrew, you can make up a custom card for it if you want as well. I'm sure there's some folks who have already maybe done some of theirs, and so that's cool. So this is kind of how these are going to go together. I like this because there's multiple connection points. It's not just a single square that it goes into. So you got three different ones here, and then I guess you also have these other holes too. If you wanted to do something fancy in there, like maybe you wanted to magnetize it so it could come up. If you wanted to separate it. And then be able to for shipping, maybe you wanted to take it apart and put it back together. I don't see myself actually magnetizing it, but you have those options. I think that's what these holes are for. But this, is going to give you a nice, really firm fit. And as you can see right there, and when you're going to glue it, you're going to want to hold it in nice and tight, and so it'll go in really smooth right there. So the line just becomes another piece of deck plating, a normal panel line, and you won't even be able to tell the difference once that's primed. All right, so that's going to be really slick. I like that. This is a really good fit, really smooth fit. We'll move on to the next piece. Piece 3 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large, and then, well, 7 total. There's a smaller piece at the end. So yeah, 3 of 7. And then now we're getting really big and wide here. And again, we have tons of detail up the middle. We're going to do a little bit of cleaning. And what happens sometimes with when there's a really, really high detailed 3D prints, you get little bits like this. And we can just take a little X-Acto knife and kind of scoop those out, which is not a problem. Really tremendous detail here, very, very fine, very smooth too. A lot of early 3D prints, you would get a lot of really visible lines that would make certain ships look poor by comparison, but this looks really excellent. This is a great job. It's a great model. It's a great print. Again, this is going to go in right there, and boom, and we'll glue that one together also, and with the same style. We have also some raised, and by the way, I kind of like this whole, I want to put these two, like 2 and 3 together right here. Yeah, I like the idea of like a raised section here and a raised section here, so that this main body section is has the sunken sort of design to it, which is very cool. And we get here, we're getting sort of the hilt of the sword, so to speak. This one is really cool. And again, it kind of not super deep, right? Like it's kind of like a flat Star Destroyer. It doesn't have the height, I should say, that like the Eclipse has, for example. This one's a little bit more along the height of what the actual Executor class SSD would have. But again, it has definitely a distinct design, and this one is going to connect in the same way right here. We've got more raised plating here, but as we kind of look on this one here, we're going to see just more into this whole raised design, kind of giving it the shape of a sword, or I kind of like that. And when we get to the bottom, where we have the kind of the flared out parts, and so let's look at these a little bit. So these are going to go together slightly differently, because I could put one of these on. They're the kind of fanned out wings, right, that are going to come out like this. And we'll look at it more when we zoom out and do like a wider angle of everything. But the interesting thing is that these, because they're so wide, you're gonna put these together first. We're gonna put them kind of like so. Let me see here, and I might need to trim out a few little bits in here. But basically, these are gonna come together just like that. All right, and then we'll put this in like so, like there, and it will basically look kind of like that. So this is for the back. We're zoomed in really close because we want to get lots of the detail. But let me show you guys the engine. Now, I said there was 7. You probably counted only 6 so far. The 7th piece is this extra little engine section with its square connector, and that one's going to go right in here. Once we've glued all of these, we'll have that one in there, but I'm not going to stick it in there just yet because I want to give you guys a close-up look at the engines. We've got lots of different engines, and so this is going to be a great opportunity, if you're painting this, to make these a little bit darker than the surrounding deck plating, to make them stand out a little bit more, give the ship more distinct kind of flavor. And maybe you want yours to be more dark. Maybe you want the engines to be a little bit lighter. Maybe you want your engine glow to be blue or green or red or whatever you can do. There's a lot of options there, and don't forget this last one, which is going to go in the center. So there's a lot of engines here. What we're going to do is we're going to start actually putting this together, and then we'll look at the whole ship and we'll compare it to some of the other Super Star Destroyers. So one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm just going around and I'm cleaning off these little, like leftover bits, these little Klingon bits that help, not Klingon bits, but like, from where they're kind of comes out of the printer. So it's always going to be some of these left over, but you want to clean all of those off before you paint or anything like that. All right, so I've got this now assembled. We've got all of the pieces in place, and I give it some time to dry, and it is all one. Now we can flip this over. We've got our engines in place there, and we've got my other Super Star Destroyers nearby. We're going to do comparison shots, but it's we did pretty good. As I was gluing them in, I was pressing them kind of tight. I will probably have to fill in some of the holes a little bit because there was this one in particular I didn't hold in tight enough. My hands were getting tired, so this one came off a little bit. We can fix that. But I don't think it's, I mean, especially once it's primed and painted and everything, I don't think it's going to even be noticeable. I'm going to set it on some sample pegs here, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys the size difference, because this is a big, beautiful ship, and we're going to compare it to a regular Superstar Destroyer because it's much too big for me to even get on screen here. We're going to back up a little bit more. All right, so it is about almost the exact same length as the SSD, which is a pretty good idea if you are, I think it is maybe an inch or two longer, but it is, again, about the exact same length as the Executor SSD, the official one from Fantasy Flight. So that much is very cool. As you can see, it does have kind of a wider profile at the back here. I mean, and the funny thing is, I like the idea of this one kind of being more like a sword kind of shape in here, because the SSD was it always kind of looked like a short sword. Like you could always hold it, you know, a little bit more narrower in here. And this kind of has a very similar, like a sword inspired design when looking from top down. And that is very cool, but it is definitely unique and different looking. So we're going to get some better angles of it. All right, so now we're just going to do the flyby here, so you can kind of get a look. We do have it on the SSD base. Fits just fine onto the regular base, so you won't have any problems size-wise. And let's kind of take it the other direction and get a couple of other views of it. It looks pretty good from here. There's kind of the under view a little bit. Pretty cool to get some different angles on it. And here we have it also with the Eclipse, which is another Ravensfell design. I did another video on that recently, so you can check that out if you want to as well. But we have, you know, a really great triad of Superstar Destroyers right here. All right, so this has been our look at the Superstar Destroyer Vengeance from PrintedStarships.com. An awesome Ravensfell design. This is wonderful. Big thanks to PrintedStarships.com for sending this out. Hopefully you guys like what you see. If you do, check out the link in the description below. Big also, congratulations to our Life Day winner for today, Bobby P 5059. Congratulations, Bobby P 5059. You are winning 2 Armada promos. You're winning an older and a newer one. We're getting a Veteran Gunners here, double-sided with Overload Pulse on the back. That's not how Overload Pulse works. And a Venator 2 class Star Destroyer from Worlds, and with the full art on the back. And I know a lot of us prefer the older, bigger cards, but this is how they've been doing the promos, so it's a cool thing to have there. So yes, you're going to get both of these. Anything that does not get claimed rolls over into Patreon giveaways. So if you're interested, there's still plenty of time left to enter to win more giveaways. Patrons are going to have even more opportunities to win cool stuff. So you can check out all the links in the description below. And, you know, jump in our Discord and keep the discussion going there as well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, big thanks to Printed Starships. Huge thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this whole channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all. The spice must flow. And always wash your socks.